Pumpkin's pretty much ready to come out now. As you can see, that one piece actually fell apart, so we gotta fish out. There it is. Wasn't that hard? You see, we got it. Now that we got all the pumpkin, throw those onions back in. I don't want those onions missing the flavor that they should be getting and giving, you know. There's another one there. Let's get him back in the pot. Okay, so now what do? We basically take the skin off. So as I was saying, you take the pumpkin off the skin. There's the pumpkin, there's the skin. We're going to do that with all of this. Usually it falls off pretty easily. Maybe I should have left it a little longer. But it seemed like it was falling apart. And you don't want it to fall too much apart because you don't want that orange shit getting in your stuff. Hold on a second. Okay, so back to what I was saying. You basically take the pumpkin skin off like that. Put it in a separate pile. You separate each pumpkin from the skin. Okay?
Thank you for choosing Spectrum.
And it's usually easily done like this. I'm trying to take care of a cable issue right now. Okay, so now that we separated all the pumpkin from the skin, right? We still got the chicken over here cooking, which you can see it's the liquid of the level of the liquids has decreased. You can see right there from the start line, you know. So we're gonna add the pumpkin now. I'm just gonna, yep, there it did. I see. I got some on. See that shit? I spotted that shit real quick. Now, one of the things you do after you get the pumpkin back in there, you grab the spoon, you grab the pumpkin pieces with your perforated kitchen spoon, right? And then you take a regular teaspoon and you smash it. You want to smash it through the perforations. Smash that pumpkin right through those holes. So you're basically turning the pumpkin now into like a more of a puree. Okay, think of it like that. You see it, and then you stir that in. You stir it in good. Mix it up real good. Damn, this stuff smells so good. And I've done it with most of the other pieces. I saved that piece so I could show you all what I was talking about. You'll notice you'll see some tiny little pieces in there, but it's basically all coming apart and coming together. There's a decent piece we could squish, but yeah, you just squish it right through the holes with a spoon. You see, and you basically, like I said, you're making like a puree with the pumpkin. And let me tell you what that pumpkin does as far as when it comes to that broth, that chicken broth, that soup. It just thickens it up and makes it into, almost like a cream, but not really. You'll see what I mean. As our chicken still cooks, shortly we'll take the knife, we'll cut up the chicken into a few pieces. Each breast gets cut up into a couple chunks. And then it's just put back in to fall apart at its, leisure. As it disintegrates into the soup, into the broth. So, actually, I think I'm going to take out the chicken and cut it in chunks now, because while I was doing all this, it's been a few minutes has elapsed. So let me get on that chicken, I'll show you. Okay, so now the chicken's cut up. I added a little water to the broth going here, because it is tasty, and water ain't going to hurt it, just a little bit here. And we're going to add this chicken back, and we're also going to throw in the carrots that we cut up a little bit ago, which are right here. we're going to add the chicken back and the carrots at this point. Then we let it cook for like another hour or two. And then about another hour and a half. And then let it just sit on the stove cooling for a while. And then we'll add the potatoes. We'll skin the potatoes, peel the potatoes, and add them in chunks. Which I'll show you that final part too. But for now, we're done. Just take a look at how it's coming. Now that the chicken and everything is in there. You see the way the juices, the broth, you see it thickening up? Just wait. This stuff is going to be good. Oh, yeah. Once it actually cooks down, right? Once we get it to cook down a little more. And I throw the... Actually, I'll probably switch the pots before I put the potatoes in. Because once it cooks down, potatoes don't take that long to cook. And once they're cooked, it's just really done. It's just a matter of putting it some away for storage. And, yeah, eating what we want this evening for dinner. Making a couple containers for the freezer. Oh, wait, come to think of it. Do I have room? Yeah, I guess I can find room somewhere. Anyway. That's it for now.